What is up, guys? It's your boy, No Risk, No Premium, back with another episode of the 2 Minute Drill, guys. Today, well, first off, happy short week long weekend. Happy Sunday, happy Easter. Hope you had a great, amazing long weekend. Hope you got to spend some time with your family, right? Hope you had an amazing Sunday, amazing Easter as well, if that's what you celebrate. If not, you've been waiting for the market to open. Well, futures are open, and we're pretty much holding a little blurb up we had on Friday. If you guys don't know, equity markets were closed. Future markets stay open on Fridays. They stay open for about 3.5 hours. Close at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we had a little bit of a push up on Friday. Basically, once the data came out on Friday, market went up, and then we just drifted sideways. Very boring future session. I actually didn't even touch it. Don't know if many of you actually do, if it's even worth touching, because the volume is pretty much non-existent. Now we've had the futures market open, and we are holding. We're holding above that 41.36 level. Currently about 4 handles on ES. 5 p.m. the numbers come out for the ETFs to start moving, and now we are above the previous day's high. You could see it right here. We're about 409.80 something, which is above that huge 409 level, right? If you guys remember that little bit of balance zone that we had. Remember when we balanced right here? I think this was Tuesday. We had a huge drop down that we balanced, right? And all we wanted to do was get to the top of this balance zone, which was about that 409. We talked about all the time, 409, 409. Okay, we went underneath it, then we got back into it and actually ended up there on Thursday. Now we're above that. So what happens overnight? I have no idea. Is there some data that come out tomorrow that we should be knowing about or paying attention to? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk about the data first. What can we expect for this week? First things first, Monday, wholesale inventories. That's really it for Monday. But the rest of the week gets freaking nutty, okay? We have the optimism index. Okay, but we have some Fed president speaking 1:30 p.m. We have 3 that day, only 1 during market open. That's nice. But then Wednesday gets flipping nutty. You could see it. CPI, right? Core CPI year over year, core CPI, or just CPI year over core CPI year over year. Then we have Barkin speaking, we have Daily speaking, we have Treasury budget, and then we have the FOMC minutes, not the meeting, the minutes. The minutes is the release of the notes of the last meeting. Okay, so that will be important on Wednesday. Thursday, right? Thursday, we have what? PPI. Okay, so now we had the consumer side on Tuesday. Actually, on Wednesday. Thursday, we have the PPI, is the producer side. Okay, on Thursday. And then we have jobless claims. So we have both price for the consumer or consumers and producers. Then we have jobless claims. Everything the Fed needs to see in order to, quote unquote, use everything in their tool belt, pretty much whether they raise rates or not. So if that comes out on the day after CPI, okay, which is PPI. Okay, then we have jobless claims. Then we have all the retail. Whoa. Then we have all the retail sales come out Friday. So lots of huge, pretty much all numeric figures that are going to allow the Fed to have a better understanding of the health of the economy. Right, so let's not forget CPI Wednesday and FOMC minutes. Thursday is PPI and jobless claims. Friday is retail sales minus autos, which is interesting. Then we have the imports price index. Okay, then consumer sentiment, which usually comes out on Fridays as well. So we will be ready for that this week. So definitely a full jam-packed week. Now let's look at the charts. What does that mean for this week? Well, we've been talking about what? Okay, we've been talking about just switching to the daily chart here, right? What's been going on? Let's just zoom it into where we've been at. Okay, we've been talking about this Ripper McGew, right? Rip up, dip down, rip up, dip down. So we are just stair-step. You can't fight the trend right now. Really, unless we get back under 400, really, if we get back under 398.50, but we have to get back under 398, 400 for me to think, okay, maybe this is a change of trend. Why? Because we had a couple of ranges that we traded in this area. So if we break above and get back below, that could be a quote unquote fake breakout. Now we spent some time above this range, and we've just dipped. Basically, Thursday we used to pull back to this ADMA, this yellow line here, 405, to go back higher. Okay, to go back higher. So if we could just zoom out just a little bit, look to our left, we can see what if this was just another pullback. This was just another pullback. You got to realize all of the MAs all the confluence was down here, right? Now everything is pulling up. All the MAs are starting to pull up. What you guys can see, there is a little bit of momentum. They're all starting to curl up here, right? So, the pullback was so strong. I didn't even pull back into this 50 MA, which is this purple dotted line here. It went up, it just pulled back, and now we're heading higher. Okay, and now currently we are open higher. So we'll have to see where we open in the morning. Obviously, that's most important. Okay, but it looks like this. I would think as long as we open above this 409 level, we'll look for this 409. I would look for any dips. Okay, let's go to like a 1 hour. It might be easier to see, or a 4 hour. I would look for any dips into that area to hopefully hold, right, to take a bounce. Okay, as we can see here, we have huge levels to, huge supply up here, 415 to 418. I mean, that's a major supply level. Okay, major supply. So let's see how we react if we get up there. But I think my plan for tomorrow specifically, right, would be if we can break and hold above this 409 level. We can see it right here, pretty much using the previous day's high. If we open up above that, I'd look for any gaps back into 409 to possibly take a bounce off. Now, if we gap up and run, you're going to look at this 412 to 413 area, right? The previous week high is up here at 411. Now that's the cash high. We did have a pre-market bump up there into that huge supply level, as we noted. If you just zoomed out and looked left, you would have seen that into this huge supply level. Okay. So now it's either if we gap up into this area, I look for a dip below for 409 to hold, and you'll want to target that 412. If we gap up and get to 412, you'll want to see if there's a possible double top in that area. You'll look to take a stab short. Now that's counter trend. That is counter trend. So you won't want to stick around. You want to buy a little time. You want to be quick. You want to get in. You want to get out. Okay, the only long, being a new money long up here is not anything I'd love. I want to see a clean break above, maybe a, nice candle closes above that 413, then a back test to make it higher low, right? So breakout retest, and then you're going to target 415. Now, if we break and hold above 415, 416.50, then 418 are huge levels. I think it'd be safe to look at this 416.50 for a possible reject, okay, on the first touch. Now, let's say we open up below 409. Okay, let's say that happens. It can't happen. Anything can happen overnight. If we open up below 409, that means we're back in this little range. We're back in this box we're starting to make right here. So if that happens, you'll want to see, do we reject this 409.50 level again? Then you'll want to target the low end of the range, 405. If we open below it and drop down, we're going to want to target 405. We want to see if we have a bounce under there. I think if we get a break below this 405.68, okay, we can drop another buck or two down to this 405.50 area. Okay, and I'd probably look to take the bounce there. To be honest, I look to take a bounce here. And if that breaks below, you'll want to target that 401, 402 area, where we more than likely will take a bounce in there. As you can see from a 4-hour standpoint, there's probably some leftover demand left down there. But my plan for tomorrow, if we open up between 409 and 409, that's going to be the range I'm going to look to trade within. If we open up above, right, or, you'll either want to play the reject, right, off 409.50, the bounce off 405.50. If it breaks above and holds, great, you'll long it up to 412. Likewise, down here, if we break below 405.50 and hold, you'll want to target 404.50. That's only $1 down. Okay, so know that. You could very well just wait for a possible touch and go. Could happen. If we open above 409.50 and under 412.50, you'll want to play this range up here. I think the break, if we get above and we have a back test here, I really like it. Take a stab long here to take us up to that 412. 412 to 412.50, you'll want to look for a possible reject. Okay, but if not, break and hold above 413. Now, this is important. A break and hold above 413. You'll want to give an extra confirmation up at 413. If we break and hold, make a higher low, then you'll take the long to 415. Zooming out on this weekly chart, though, just so you can see it. A little bit of an indecisive candle here. Right, a little bit of an indecisive candle. So interesting action to see for this week. Could have some indecisive candles. So that's why breaking and holding and being a new money long would only really work above 413. I think if we get up to that 411, 412, 412.50, and we don't get through, don't make a higher low, could possibly take that reject for a double top. Okay, if we do break below 405.50, you will want to target this 401, 402, but if not, 399.50 is still going to be a decent level. Okay, so guys, very easily or very quickly, I will tell you, Monday, not much data. Tuesday, though, what? Is the start of, excuse me, not Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, we have optimism index. We have a bunch of Fed speakers, only one during market. Then we have minutes. FOMC minutes is Wednesday. That'll be a huge day. That'll be a huge day because we have CPI in the morning. PPI is the next day. We have continually jobless claims as well in the morning. And then on to Friday's all retail stuff with a Fed speaker and consumer sentiment stuff. So guys, busy week. This is not the week for you to overstay your welcome. It's not the week for you to home runs, home run hits. Not the week for you to play hero ball. Guys, continue trading the way you are. Play only positions and entries at your levels. Okay. Take the profits when they're there, move stops to break even, and then enjoy the rest of your day. Right? Moves have come in the morning with the afternoons being a little bit blah. So guys, plan for tomorrow one more time. We open up above 409.50. You want to look for that back test and hold into it, target 412. If we gap up to 412, look for the reject there between 412, 412.50. Only want to be a new money long above 413. So look for the break and hold above 413. If we get below, okay, 405.68, you can target 404.50. Think we could get a bounce in there. I think a stronger bounce would come at 402.50 if that 404.50 breaks. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you. Like to keep it short, simple, sweet, to the point. Let's see how we do overnight. All I know is I can tell you this. You got to wake up early. You got to get your levels right. And you got to not do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early